4, 3, 2.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Away with Words, the podcast. It's your girl Bree Stories.
It's Aja Noasia.
And it's A Tati.
And we are here with Sinatris himself.
Hey.
Hello, everybody say hello.
Hey.
So we're here. Thank you so much for coming.
Oh, no, I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all having me. Appreciate,
Thank you
We're
for
gonna
bringing
have some
us
fun.
treats.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You got to
Treats
come
are
through with
always
something.
nice.
Yes.
That's nice. Let them be listening to you all, you future guests. No pressure. You don't have to, but it's just a nice gesture. So we're going to do a quick check-in. We're going to do, we have a list of things that we do, and you will fall right in line when it is your turn. But we'll take turns. Who wants to start? I think Tati should start. Tati rarely is first.
Okay. So physically, I feel tipsy. And
Can you tell us what physically tipsy feels like?
She got to fall over
Tingling.
that.
like a little, like you could tip over.
Or I can just push
Like-
you and it'll be over with.
Like no, not like that.
Oh.
Just like a like you know how you can feel balanced, but you're off
The opposite
off
of that.
balance. Yeah, just a little off balance. Like
Okay.
not drunk, but just know it's not.
Equilibrium.
Yeah, you just know it's all the way not 100. Exactly. And I'm also warm. Emotionally, I was going to say I'm sad, but I don't think I'm sad anymore. I think I don't know the word for like when you're coming out of being sad. Like I was sad yesterday. So I think I'm coming like, I don't know what the word is, what to use, but
Let's call it coming out. I like that.
I'm coming out of being sad in some form of way. My attention is on getting my happy back that I had last week when we was here and making it stay. And spiritually, I feel, what's a good word? I feel hungry in a sense. I feel spiritually,
Craving.
like I'm yearning for
Yeah,
something
church.
in a sense. No, not church. But I do feel like I am like kind of searching for something to like feed me, like creatively, spiritually, just something new.
Yeah.
So,
Thank
That's
you.
it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Aja Noasia, would you like to go?
Sure.
Yes. That's what I want you to say next time.
Good.
Aja Noasia, would you like to go?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
She told me to say it like
I
that.
did. I asked.
Physically, I feel hot and sweaty, and
She texting a boy.
so, emotionally, I'm back to my no emotions. Cause it is good. I'm not feeling. I can't feel my face. No, I mean, I'm feeling things, but it's not like lingering. So I guess that's what I should say. I feel emotion, but it's nothing that's like resonating with me. She wants me to be her lesbian lover so bad.
You said I don't.
My attention is on just getting ready for my work week, and got some trips planned coming up, so getting ready for that mentally.
Some trips.
Where you going?
Girl, this
You
little
talk
guy
to us
talking
about
to taking
that.
me to the Sybaris. No, I'm just joking. No, seriously. A cruise coming up. So
A cruise?
Mhm.
How come you didn't tell us?
Right. That's
Well,
what
I mean,
you
it's
know
just
about
I just
this
got it
shit.
confirmed like Friday that my dates got
Friday.
approved. So
Where are you going?
to the Bahamas,
Who you going with?
the family that I nanny for.
Is this the same family that took you to New Orleans?
No, this is a different
I'm
family.
about to, dang,
I
okay.
need to be a
I'm getting
nanny.
that bag.
Right.
I'm in my
Wrong
bag.
business.
No, I know.
Physically, I'm going.
Hated that.
So I'm just trying to get ready for that, and I want to shop now because it's not going to be any like stuff out when it's time to go because we're going like in November.
Oh,
Sexy.
I love a reason to shop.
Sexy.
Yeah. So I've just been thinking about that. That's what my attention is on. Just kind of just preparing for the trip. And spiritually, I feel good. Yeah, I don't know. I'm at a just a balance. I feel good.
What up? Me?
Yeah.
What up? Physically, I feel. Physically, I feel open in here though, like my ETAs. You know, like I feel like I can really truly breathe, which is
Like your sinuses?
yeah. Like I just feel like everything is very clear.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can feel that all the way down. It is great. Emotionally, I feel joy right this very second. Shit is wild though.
Something touching my thigh.
Uh,
Why did my
Not
voice
just sending
sound
her
like
over
that?
the edge. You said, and I'm touching her thighs.
Emotionally, I'm feeling joy. My attention is currently on. My attention is on being a good listener to life's messages. And spiritually, I feel very tested right now. And that's it. Michael McGee.
Hey.
Hey,
Nice to
MJM.
see everyone.
Hey.
Physically, I feel very hot.
That's shady.
Emotionally, I feel joy. My attention is currently on just taking advantage of what's left of the summer, socially and productively, professionally. And spiritually, I feel thankful.
Yay! Sinatris' turn.
It's on me. Physically, I feel hot, just like everybody else. I feel fat too. Like, yeah, this like the biggest.
That
No,
was,
for real.
no,
Like
that
this,
was
like
me last week.
yeah, this like the biggest I ever been in my life. So I've been lifting to balance it out. I carry the weight well, but I gotta drop like 20, 30, like instantly. So physically, I feel fat. You know what I'm saying?
That's okay.
I'm transparent. We good.
Yeah.
Attention wise, all my attention right now is on my new album.
Yeah.
Like everything is on that. I just dropped my album last week. Appreciate it, and it's been doing well. The numbers been good, the attention, the feedback, everything has been well. So now it's just time to attack. You know what I'm saying? I've been able to identify exactly what I need to attack, and now I'm in attack mode. So all my attention is just there on my new album. And what else? Emotionally, I feel solid. I'm real good in me right now. So my emotions is all balanced. I'm content. I'm comfortable, and just trying to continue to elevate.
Yeah.
So I'm good there. And spiritually, I feel even better. You know, I got a lot of answers. I understand a lot better, you know what I'm saying? My chakras all aligned, you know what I'm saying?
God.
Like I'm on point. So spiritually, I feel good. I've been taking time. I took a break from music just to build on myself and get myself together as a man, as a father, my spiritual, my emotions, my everything. Because if that ain't right, as an artist, you really can't do shit. So
Word.
I only came back to music and dropped the album and did everything because I was good. So
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm happy. Everything, the universe giving me everything. I'm vibrating on a great frequency. Like I can't complain about nothing. I'm good. I'm real good.
I love that.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, for those who are watching or listening and also live under a rock, let's talk a little bit more about who you are. So
Oh man.
this isn't your first go round.
Yeah, no, this ain't my first rodeo. I definitely been around the block a few times.
Yeah.
So I'm Sinatris. I am I'm a national recording artist, and I hail from Chicago. And I've been blessed to do this at a major level. I've been blessed to become a brand ambassador for Jack Daniels,
Yes.
which don't happen. That's a traditionally white company, and really they don't really give a fuck about us.
Yeah.
That's a traditionally white brand, but things aligned, that happened. So I can say little old me from here became a brand ambassador for $1 billion traditionally white liquor company, and they actually took care of us and did some things for our people, and it was a dope ride and a dope process. So I got that. I've been able to tour Joel Ortiz, Jada Kiss, work with a lot of majors and get cosigns just from a lot of people, man. I became the host of the Jackin' for Beats music program that started a whirlwind of things. It was a music program. They had a mobile studio. You go in, you spit your hottest bars. They pick one winner. I end up winning the whole competition. That wasn't enough. I end up pitching myself. Hey, y'all need a host. Y'all need somebody that can relate to the people from the hood. Y'all be going to these hoods and stuff, but also they can sit down in them boardrooms with Jack Daniels and them sponsors and everything and talk that business the right way as well too.
Yeah.
I'm a walking testament that the program works, is real, let's go. And they went with it, and here we go. You know, I end up going on tour and hosting that program, 13 cities all around the country, 2-3 months in each market. Just, man, dope. I met a lot of dope people, became friends with a lot of my idols, got cosigns from a lot of them, turned that into a couple record deal offers on the table and all kind of stuff. Man, I can get long-winded with it because my resume is crazy.
Longer than a stripper's weave.
Yeah, you feel me? You feel me? Yeah, you've been listening.
That's fun.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm one of those guys that pride myself on lyricism and content and substance. Like, it's a difference between being an artist and a rapper.
Yeah.
Anybody can learn how to rap and just talk, but to be an artist, you got to be able to create. You got to be able to paint pictures. You got to have a talent, a gift, to a certain ear to just hear it and create and cultivate an audience and captivate a listener. You know, and so I like to say I'm an artist, and I pride myself on my lyricism, and I'm known for being one of the top lyricists in the world, not just in the city, but like, so, you know. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And we agree.
I appreciate it.
We're so excited to have you.
I appreciate it.
While you come with no trash, we have so much of it, and we would love for you to indulge in it with us.
Oh yeah, I'm with all of the shits. I'm with.
You didn't bring any trash today. Maybe a little bit though.
Yeah.
We do have a main word inspired by one of your songs. We're gonna get into that a little bit.
I'm transparent. Nothing.
Because above all things, here at the Way We Words the podcast, we male bash. You know,
Above all,
we just gotta agree with that.
Not me.
above all,
We gotta stay consistent.
It's a
ladies.
shut up.
That's a strong ass.
It's a trap.
I've been duped.
Above all things.
But we will get to that. We will get to that. We got other stuff to get into right now, Hello Asia. Yes. That was Joanne Prada. I love her.
So I came across something really interesting. As most of you all know, they're rebooting Rugrats. And it kind of brought me to the thought of, I don't want to see it. I'm tired of remakes. I want to see something new. Like, we have no real sitcoms. Like, that's what the 90s was known for. Like, sitcoms, black sitcoms, you know, seeing, you know, mixed families or just families in general go through different things in life, and teenagers go through different things. Like, for example, we always talk about Moesha. You know, like, that's like an iconic show, and everybody's so excited to see Rugrats be rebooted, and I was just like over it, and I kind of expressed to some of my friends that I was like, I just want to see like something funny, something new. Like, I'm tired of the same.
Is it just a movie, or they're doing the whole?
They're
TV
doing
show?
They're doing the TV show and
thing.
a movie.
Yeah, and a movie,
okay.
a live action movie at that. Like,
How the fuck does that work? But whatever.
So CGI.
So you told your friends and they wrote you a show?
Yes. No, but after I said that, like the next morning, I woke up and I saw on Instagram Angela Simmons had posted a clip of her father and her stepmother. They're coming out with a Netflix show called All About the Washingtons, and it's a black family who
It's their family.
Well, is this supposed to be based on their family?
It looks like it to me.
The only reason I said
It looks like it's
I thought
exactly
they only
the
had
same thing with different names.
They only had like one daughter from what I saw, and like no.
It's 3.
It's like I see 2 girls and 2 boys, I think.
He's still wearing Adidas tracksuits.
Yeah, so he's
Like,
so he's not Rev Run, he's somebody else, but he's like
Rev Washington.
But it's like one of those things. It's like how Martin
King of
was
hip-hop.
Martin, but based off of Martin's actual
Yeah,
life.
exactly.
It's like that.
And it just made me happy. Like, this is gonna be like, I feel like it's gonna be a funny show. It's gonna be something that the people need to see. Like, I feel like the only good show that we have out now representing black people is Blackish,
yeah,
And
Grownish,
Grown-
and
yeah.
I can't
like
even
in a
think of.
sitcom
Yeah.
way.
Yeah,
Right,
and I can't even think of anything else.
Marlon had a show.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
he
does.
does. He does have a show.
He
His
does.
show
I
is
never
good.
saw it.
What was the show with the Wayans guy with the Damon or one of them?
My Wife and Kids?
With Tisha, yeah, we had that for a long time.
But that's old.
That's old.
Yeah, that is old.
She be like,
but no, now
Currently-
Marlon is up to date.
Yeah,
but
Marlon is the only new one.
The other one with
He's like, no, we got it.
Lil Rel and
Oh,
The new
David
one.
Allen Greer.
You talking about the new one?
Oh no! You talking about the old one? The
What's
one
the-
with
Carmichael show?
The
Carmichael show.
Oh yeah, but that's not on the air no more.
Yeah, that's got canceled.
But we
But
had
he
a
has a
time
new
where
show coming out though.
yeah, he definitely do.
With just
Lil Rel or Carmichael?
Lil
Real,
Rel.
real.
I think
Oh,
they
yeah, which is
smart.
hilarious.
I think
Yeah.
they smart for taking it straight to Netflix.
Definitely.
Because we at a place where TV kind of don't exist. Like,
Yeah,
No.
I
Like,
don't even be having time to
streaming-
catch up on my
Streaming
shows.
is murdering TV, so
My
I think that's what
stories.
happened to a lot of shows.
Yeah.
So yeah, they smart for going straight to Netflix. With
Yeah,
it.
anyone going straight to a streaming platform is making the right move, I
Absolutely.
think, right now.
And I'm just happy to see it. Like, I love their family. I love the Simmons family in general. I love Rev Run. I love Justine. Like, I think it's just it's a positive black family on a positive platform, and they're going to deliver a positive message. And
I
I'm
just
happy
hope
to
that
see
they can really add.
Yeah.
True.
Like
Right.
a lot of
Oh, yeah,
times,
it's really
like
done.
as an artist, like you know, I like I'm a writer, and sometimes when I see people get book deals just because of like their
Who they
fame
are,
or
right.
something, and then
Because
I
they can
read the
sell
book
books.
and
Yeah.
it's terribly written. Like I'll be reading it, like who wrote this? Like
And who
that bothers
proofread
me.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that really bothers me. Like I'll be like, just because like you get somebody to help you, like you have a story to tell your story.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that you personally have to write it. And as far as this show goes, like it looks good, and I'm happy for them. I do love their family, but I just hope that I hope they got the
Yeah.
show
Yeah,
because
I
they
hope.
actually
It's-
did a screen test and they were good actors,
Yeah.
not just
Right.
because it was Rev Run and he was
Right.
like, "We should do this.
Yeah,
Let's
I got
go."
the money,
If
let's
that's
just
the
do a
case,
show.
Rev Run could have came. Their reality show could have came back on because it looks like the same exact thing.
But I think
So-
that he's
Subscription,
a
right.
naturally just that's like
Funny.
his element. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I don't foresee the acting being a problem because I was watching old episodes of Run's House like 2 weeks ago. And I was like, they're just like funny. Like they get along. The only thing I think would be different about this is because it's not his actual kids, so the dynamic is a little bit different. But he's actually like a naturally funny person.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
really
I hope that the kids have cameos though, like his real kids.
Yeah, that would be nice.
It would be funny.
because
Like, cute.
Vanessa is a real actress.
Yeah,
she
she is.
actually has
Does
been
she
acting.
really?
Mm-hmm. She was
Yeah.
she was on soap operas. And
She has a little
everything.
movie kind of like out right now. Like
A little
that's what
movie.
she was doing
She
before
just-
like stop.
You know, black
Before
women
like
say everything.
Patriots,
Right.
like she was on soap operas and stuff before they
Oh,
started.
that's
Yeah.
what's up.
Yeah, so she's
Vanessa-
Also,
always
she had been trying to act.
Yeah.
Vanessa bad too. They could have
Yeah,
kept
she's
them.
the pretty one.
They could have kept them
Yeah.
pastries, but Vanessa
Oh.
bad.
Did you not? She just called me shady and he said, "Yeah, that's the pretty one."
Oh no, I didn't. Did I say the pretty one?
Yeah.
I didn't
You
mean to say it
definitely
like
did.
that.
And your face was dead ass. You was like, "Oh yeah, that's the pretty one."
She is. I mean,
No, I.
I'm not judging nobody's looks. You know, whatever. Cool.
Okay.
Thanks, Rev.
well,
Thanks,
moving
Rev Run.
on to less funny news. Takashi, I believe that's Takashi 6ix9ine. You know, I
And
got
on
our
the
kids'
Takashi,
names
we had
wrong.
sushi today. No?
Yeah, I thought he was
Mexican.
Hispanic. Yeah.
Oh, is he?
He's definitely Mexican.
That sounds like a Japanese name, no?
It does. Takashi 6ix9ine unfortunately was abducted, beaten,
oh,
and robbed early this morning. From what I read, it says that about like 4 a.m. he finished a video shoot, was going to his car. A car pulled up, grabbed him like out of the parking lot. They said they pistol whipped him till he like passed out. Drove to this man's house, like where like his baby mama and his child were in the house, but they didn't get harmed.
Okay.
From what
Right.
I read, that
This is terrible.
he set it up.
What are you
He's in Chicago talking shit. So. But okay, anyway, so they broke into to the house that they got about like $700,000 worth of jewelry and about like $20,000 in cash. They got back in the car. They didn't let him go. Like, they took off with him still in their car because he was passed out in their back seat.
Oh, in the back seat.
Yeah, and then apparently they said like he came to at some point and unlocked the door and just like jumped out of the car.
Like David Ruffalo.
This is none of
Guys.
Nothing about this is funny. That's not funny.
That's just the image on picture.
That's
Nice.
not.
that was
It was very
I'm
bad. I felt really bad.
relaxed.
But
Oh,
however,
shit.
I do feel like this should be not a lesson because nobody deserves any type of like violent act or anything to happen to them. But he was just in Chicago,
Doing
or at least
all
claiming
of
he was
that.
just out here standing outside. Asking for trouble, like you were asking and inviting violence to you, and now that it's here, and you see how real that shit can get, I would hope
Keep
that
that
moving
same
forward,
energy.
I would hope that moving forward,
He
you
does
realize
not
like
keep that same
you don't want
energy.
these problems. I actually
make
don't want to
songs.
fight. I
Yeah.
actually just want to go to the studio and
Make
perform.
songs.
Make records with Nicki Minaj. That single just came out.
I feel like this is all because of that. Like, because his album just dropped. I mean, that
He
track
just got out of
dropped.
jail.
I'll get it out.
Like,
This shit fake.
oh,
This shit didn't happen.
okay.
That man can't be touched. He got New York City police and security, off-duty security, and he got some homies who really with the shits beyond about how lame he may be. He's still a cash cow, so he got some people that eat off of him that will kill or die to protect him. This shit did not happen. He got his biggest song to date called Fifi, I think, with Nicki Minaj dropping
wild.
today. At the same time, the story come out that the whole world been waiting to see this kid get touched.
Right.
The story come out, he finally got touched the same day the biggest record. He's the troll king. We thought 50 was something. This dude is a different type of monster when it come to trolling and all of that. So this didn't happen. That kid did not get hurt.
Yeah.
He did not
I
get
didn't
touched,
think it-
man. But what a perfect way to set up.
Yeah, that doesn't even look.
I'm like, just pistol whipped unconscious.
Yeah, just speculating. That doesn't really look like
This is the
fresh
picture supposed to be
Like,
of this.
For an independent
Right, I was saying
artist,
that's today.
yeah, he independent. For an independent artist, the type of marketing dollars that it would cost to really promote a Nicki Minaj song the right way, he just got multi-millions dollars worth of free promotion with this bullshit story. So it didn't happen. At the end of the day, I'm a father, I'm an artist, so I would hate for it to be true. And if it did, you know what I'm saying, that's fucked up. But that shit ain't happen. That's just a way to generate free marketing for
Which
a
is
new record,
crazy.
and it's gonna work.
This new age of marketing, like this, like that shit is wild. Especially considering you got money.
Niggas do a whole lot of capping.
It's straight. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah. So no more about that.
No more.
No, man.
We don't talk about it.
Moving
We're
on
not
to
talking
the
about it
petty
anymore.
parlor. So Offset was arrested a few days ago. He's released now.
Everyone's fine.
Yeah, he's out on bail. I mean, I don't know if he's fine in the long run, but he's fine. Like he at home. But the reason this is in a petty parlor is not because he got arrested. It's about why and how he got arrested. So first of all, he was arrested for doing an illegal lane change, like just not turning on his blinkers when he switched over. After that, like the cops searched his car, and they searched his car. They found guns and stuff, which granted, okay, he's a felon. He wasn't supposed to have them. We get it.
Yeah.
But in the list of charges, it's like he's being charged for having a firearm while being a felon, and being charged for having a firearm while committing a crime. But the crime is the illegal lane switch.
Right.
That is the pettiest.
Targeted. He was targeted.
The
definitely.
pettiest of charges, and I really hope that when this all like goes to court, that his lawyers can stress the fact, first of all, that they searched his car in the first place. When me switching lanes without my blinkers has nothing to do with searching my car.
Right.
So hopefully they can like get that thrown out just based off of that. But that is the pettiest.
And then like for like stuff like this, say like the car wasn't his, like wasn't registered under him, and those guns aren't registered under him. Could he just say like, I didn't know they were in there?
Right. But they probably were his, and it probably was his car. But also,
not because they're listening to it.
but also that's just all the more reason for people to understand the importance of knowing their rights and understanding exactly what's going on when you're being arrested. Like, you have the right to ask exactly what you're being charged with so that you can at least have the knowledge, like, that's some bullshit. Even if I can't combat it right now, you have to understand that they'll create more of a situation just to make it much worse. And a lot of times just for money. Because this person is rich. Like, Offset is rich. And while the real goal in our eyes is to just keep black people in prison is one thing because of free labor and all that other shit, but also they know that they can get a lot of fucking money from ticketing someone or having to go through legal fees and all the things that they have to process over something this dumb. So it's really important that when you're getting, I mean, don't commit crimes. Don't be just don't be a felon.
Don't get caught.
Yeah. You know,
Don't be a felon.
Crimes,
and if you are a felon and you want to carry weapons around,
just be
please
aware.
keep people with you too. Like, I feel like it should be a mandatory person. Like, if you wake up today and you like, this is the type of day where I need to have my gun. Somebody has to take that ride with you. Yeah. Because if something happens, you need to always have that person next to you that's going to be like, oh, that's mine.
That's my shit.
Yeah, like, not by yourself.
I don't have nothing
just
on my
out
record and it's mine. And let's go ahead and get this over with. Somebody can bail me out and it's not that big of a fucking deal. Because, that's just like a waste of everyone's time.
Yeah, I mean, they said illegal tenant windows was another reason to give them probable cause for search and all of that. That's trash. And people got it out for us. We know what it is systematically. Definitely. And a money grab too. But also, like you said, to that point, man, like if I'm Offset big, maybe just not if I'm big, but if I'm Offset big, like Migo big, I got somebody with me that's licensed, and I won't touch a banger. I won't touch a gun. It won't be a gun on me under no circumstances. But I got somebody with me, you know what I'm saying, that's ready to live and die for it because they good. Also, I got people like off-duty security or police or retired, somebody that's legally trained, so when it all goes down, they can pull out certain paperwork and certain things. Have a good day, officer. Fuck you, because we good. And when you get to a certain place in life, that's just what it got to be. We all got families and kids to go home to, and money to still make, and legacies to build. Fuck all that. I'm too cool for security or police or whatever, man.
And that's that's literally what it always is. It's literally like a show. Like, I just got to make sure that everybody know that I'm that nigga. I'm the nigga that'll pull a gun, but
it's
you don't.
It's really inconvenient too, though. Like, if you're just thinking about, like, if he's the type of person that's carrying a gun on him at all times or something, and he just woke up that day and had to run to the store because culture needed diapers or something, like, you probably don't think to be like, okay, let's round up the homies. I gotta go to Walgreens or something like. That's like inconvenient, homies.
That's what you got Amazon Prime.
I'm gonna say it's all of the above, but and that's how you know. I mean, he's young. It's probably gonna take a couple of these for him to finally be like, wow, I got hella kids. Let me fucking relax. Let me relax.
Yeah, he gonna beat that though. He'll be all right. If the gun wasn't on his person, you know what I'm saying? So he'll beat that. That's nothing.
Right.
Like, he good.
Goodness gracious. Fresh baby. So let's get into this main word. So here's the thing. So we're not going to mail bash you. We just got a couple of questions. Okay.
But you said when he got here, you was gonna rip his ass.
Shut up! Just like the group chat where she said, no. We just have some questions. So you have a song on your freshly dropped album called "Great Sex," right?
Absolutely.
Phenomenal, great song.
I appreciate that.
I love it. I am a fan.
Just Thinking Out Loud, the album is out right now. Just Thinking Out Loud album is out right now. Every single platform. Okay, now you said one.
Everywhere that you could think to go. So when you get to this song, though, ladies, Great Sex, we're here to answer the question. Because I know you got questions. Because I had questions. When I talked to Tati, she had questions.
I was like,
It was just like, okay. So here's the thing. First of all, let me start off by saying, everybody knows, and anybody who's been a fan of this show knows, I have the worst mouth and the dirtiest mind ever. But I don't know what the fuck has happened to me when it comes to, like, being a consumer of music. I've become such a prude, and this is graphic. Like, I was just like, oh my goodness. Oh my God. Okay, cool. So anyway, first of all, Tati, you start.
Okay.
I gotta get my thoughts together.
So,
thinking about how graphic.
A lot of the themes that I picked up on in this song was that this great sex you were having did not require
a relationship.
He's like, I know what this
real nothing.
No
really, but the body. just the girl. You told told her to get
She
a
don't-
car.
you don't
She
get
wanted
posted
a
on
title.
Monday.
He said you want a title, get a vehicle.
She don't get posted on Wednesday.
So it really just prompted kind of the idea of feeling like, I know me, not all women are like this, but like for me, great sex to me is always accompanied with an emotional attachment.
Right.
Like it's that's the only way it really works.
Yeah.
Like with me, so it's just the question of you really feel like great sex can exist without feeling anything for
Of course he does.
the person, or nothing beyond that night.
I do think it had to be some type of respect, some type of something there. But to answer your question, yes, absolutely, great sex can exist. And simply, I'm a man. Great sex can be just an activity, and you just happen to be a part of this activity, which was great. You necessarily didn't even make it great. I'm that fucking great, where it just happened to be great sex.
I was gonna say, I feel the same.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so you didn't necessarily have to. So yeah, it don't have to be a connection. It don't. I mean, it have to be a connection, but it don't have to be a relationship. It don't have to be.
It can just be a
all
sexual
of that.
connection.
It can just be a sexual
It's
thing.
chemistry.
Like, yeah, it's a
Yeah,
new
just
age.
good sexual
It's a new age woman out here in 2018 who can be intrigued and comfortable and excited with simply just having a relationship that consists of great sex with a person that she think is dope.
We
You know what I'm
agree.
saying? So the whole premise of the song was, hey, it doesn't take a relationship. It doesn't take love. Sometimes the real relationship is bigger than the title.
Mm-hmm.
A relationship that ain't always based on the title. The title ain't shit if the story don't match it.
Mm-hmm.
Great sex and good times can be bigger than somebody with a relationship. And that's how I reference, like, your friends
your
going
friends.
through all of this type of shit. Meanwhile, we
hoes
just
getting
sitting back
cheated on.
laughing. They getting cheated on. You can't never get cheated on because we not even
'Cause I
together.
don't have a man.
You get hey,
You can't. That's what you're telling. You can't never get cheated on, babe.
because you ain't never gonna have no.
She like, I guess you're right. I guess.
Yeah, so
Guess I'm hella single. Can't get married either.
it's like
right.
it's like we found a pocket where we can have all the beneficial and great things of being together that comes with none of the negativity and the bullshit and stress of the relationship, because it's not
I
one.
have a question.
Yeah.
How often, how many times do you actually come across a woman who genuinely is down for that wholeheartedly?
More than not.
Really?
More than not.
Nice.
Probably 8 out of 10.
But those other two, you
outta
had to
here.
cut them hoes loose.
I'm out of here. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I
So
said.
what does that look like though? How do you initiate
What's her ad name?
that? How do you initiate that type of connection? Like, do you find yourself having to be way more upfront
Absolutely.
in the beginning?
Absolutely. That's the number one thing for any of this to work out, to be able to be in a place where you can consistently, comfortably have great sex and good times. The first thing that's required is transparency. You got to be upfront. It got to be like, hey, I'm kind of into this. I'm kind of not into this. I'd rather you not like me for my honesty than not respect me for being a goofy or a liar.
Yeah.
You know, so that's just what it is. This is how I'm rolling. This is where I'm at in life. My career, it's my relationship and my girl. But guess what? You can have some great sex and some good times along the way if you want to roll out with it. And I never disrespect you. I never throw shit in your face. I never, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's still levels to how
Bitch,
you
we
handle
don't even go
somebody.
together.
But yeah, it ain't like
never
it's gonna
throw
be
it in your
that.
face.
It ain't gonna be like,
I'm
yo,
gonna be
hey.
out here.
Yeah, it's
but-
like, you want to go to the show tonight? Like, nah, I'm finna get my dick sucked, so I'll talk to you tomorrow. But
Right.
like, no, it's not like that, you know. It's not
I'm
what it is.
imagining hearing that in my phone. Like, nah, I'm about to get my dick. What? Like,
Yeah, like, you know, it ain't like that. Like I said, it's still a respect level and boundaries that happen.
oh,
Yo, my Bobby, all right.
No, I wouldn't do that.
It's like I'm talking about no.
But yeah, you know, that's all. It's just
You're making
about
this
being-
much more difficult than I wanted it to be.
so it's not.
because you're solid about it.
But it's not just great. You're saying great sex in good times. Like
And
you're
good times.
you're speaking more on an actual relationship, but it's just no title.
So it's pretty much
Like,
a situationship. It's not necessarily a relationship.
It's a situation.
It ain't like you just the 2:30, 3 a.m. come through, get nailed, and by the time I come out the bathroom from washing my joint off, you need to be fully dressed at the door. It
Okay,
ain't that.
it's
It
not
ain't
that.
that. Yeah,
So she can spend the night?
That's under this. Yeah, you actually can spend the night. We actually can
friends.
go on trip. We take trips together.
Oh, hell
We go out on dates.
I don't like
Why
it.
you?
I don't like it.
I said, why'd you
I
get
don't
mad?
like
We can go to the movies not on Tuesday. Like we can go on a regular
No,
day to the movies.
I don't like it.
We kick it and all of that. You know, it's
triggered.
So you prefer to be like just
No.
kicked out?
I prefer
Like,
I
don't
wouldn't be
romance me and
involved
you not
at
gonna be
all.
my man.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be involved at all.
I
That's
get
what
you.
I'm saying.
And the dopest thing about that, is you would have the freedom up
The
front to
choice.
make that decision.
Wow.
Yes.
Like,
And that's
you,
also
like an Amish.
you not the type of nigga for me. I'm good, love, and
Amish
joy,
likes
and
right.
I'm cool with that text.
No,
You know
that's
what I mean?
really all it takes. So it's nice to hear you say that because that's good, and that's the thing that what's up?
But how do you separate, like, you spend all this time with somebody,
Right.
you don't get any feelings invested at all?
Sometimes, but
Fed up. She said,
instantly. Yeah, sometimes, but feelings don't always equate to love or equate to turn this into a relationship just because I think you dope or quality. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm at a place, me personally as a man, I'm at a place where everything that I have, I'm an artist. I'm a business owner. I'm an entrepreneur, and I have a small window. Rap is a young man's game. I'm not getting no younger, so I have to attack my goals and my dreams with everything. The sacrifice and everything that a relationship really requires, I can't give that much to somebody else because I need to be selfish right now and give that all to me and my brand and my craft and all of that. So I got time in between to have some great sex and good times, but I just can't sacrifice enough that a relationship requires. And I know that, so I'm not going to play with nobody else or myself or lie to you about it.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
That's fantastic.
but what if you met a woman? So in between all of these good times, what if you really caught like serious feelings and you
Right.
was really like, no, like this is really a girl that I would be in a relationship with? Would you continue just the good times, or would you feel like, oh, I should cut her loose?
Then I ain't no fool. If I find somebody that changes me along the process and she fits the profile of what I'm doing, she's ready to be a personal assistant. She's ready to jump on board and pour into me and my stuff like I pour into her. By all means, I ain't no fool. So yeah, I definitely would make that jump, and I definitely would jump into that relationship. But it would be tough because I'm kind of against it in a sense. But
Right.
I'm not. It's like I'm not looking for it, but I ain't ducking it either.
Yeah.
You know
So
what I
you're
mean?
not
Like,
closed off.
Yeah, I'm not
is
closed
the-
off to
okay.
it at all, but it's just not a priority.
All right, so here's the what the problem is, ladies.
Ladies,
We can't tell you problem.
from niggas like
Niggas that know how to talk, got good vocabulary.
We can't
You know what I'm saying, baby? You know what I mean?
I was talking to my best friend John. You can't finesse. You can't fall for this shit, y'all.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, baby?
What is there to fall for though?
See,
There's
but
no
listen,
lies.
But no, listen. What I'm saying as ladies is that we have to just start demanding relationships because he's gonna want.
If that's what you want.
If that's what you want.
He's gonna demand a relationship because he's gonna want sex. If we just start keeping our legs closed.
What you gonna do when you demand that relationship and then Long Money Larry call you and you need them bills paid and Buddy and you in a relationship don't got it? Now what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
Wait. Long Money Larry calling me and I'm in a relationship?
Yeah.
With a broke nigga, because you
I'm
was just
still
so
gonna be by my man. What are you talking about?
In the dark.
I said with a broke
Yeah.
nigga.
With your Netflix
Oh,
subscription canceled.
we won't never be in the dark because I got a hustler's mentality, so I
Okay.
ain't gonna never go without. But I
But what to combat what you're saying though, demand a relationship if you want a
oh,
relationship.
now she down.
What? No, if you want a relationship. But if the person
Now she
that
down
you
with the
with is
person.
being honest with you and telling you this isn't what I want, you can't force them to be in a relationship with you, girl. That's how you get blocked.
But
Niggas
if
be
you
like,
want a
this bitch is
relationship
nuts.
though, you don't settle.
You find
Yes,
somebody.
that's
You
the
find
issue.
somebody who wants
And
to
you
be in a
just
I
don't
feel
date
like
him.
women
Yeah,
have a
don't date
habit
him.
of like settling, like because he told me the
Yes.
truth, but because I really like him,
Because I really think
I'ma
it's dope.
I'ma just
Let
try
me
it
just
out.
go along with it and
Yeah.
eventually
And
I
then
can make
3
him
months
come
down the road,
around.
I'm in tears.
And
talking to my
I ain't
friends, like,
shit. And I ain't shit. Yeah, I ain't shit.
"You won't call me back. We haven't spoken in days."
You're so nonchalant. You
You're
know,
so nonchalant.
you don't
Yeah.
care. Nah.
Yeah, don't be no fool, honey. honey. But that's the thing. If you know that you want a relationship and the person that you really like is telling you that they don't, understand the importance of compatibility. That is everything to me. Like, the vibe, the spark is everything to me, and compatibility and chemistry is everything to me. And you have to not be blind by all of the green check marks, all the things that somebody is doing on your list, like, oh, he got this, he that. But also, y'all not sexually compatible. But also, y'all want different things out of a relationship. Those are fucking red flags, sis. You gotta be like, nah, I gotta remove myself. Like, this is a great, there are plenty of great people.
Especially
you
being
great
older.
sex at good times with somebody else who want to be in a relationship.
Yeah, somebody who want to tie you down.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
And that's why it's important to have people like this who are not, because so many niggas are goofy and who feel like, if my goal is pussy, I'm gonna say whatever the fuck she wants me to say to get pussy. And if she's the type of woman that is like, no, I don't do it on the first night, and I gotta have this and I gotta have that, then he fucking doing acrobats to get your pussy.
Listen,
yeah,
what do you
mean? And then you the one looking fucking sick because you're like, why would you do all of that and you didn't even want me? And that happens so.
Listen, fellas. Listen. You will find that her throat is so much more relaxed when you tell her the truth, bro.
Tell them.
The throat is so much deeper when she knows up front what you're telling her. It's simple.
Can we just quote that and just put it as, quote it?
Make it a shirt. You want all the shirts. Make all the sayings.
Let's clickbait it.
No,
so much deeper.
No, it's so true though. Like, for real. And it's like, as a person who's going through a sexual transition in my life, that's
I was like,
We got news.
Hey, I'm
like, next week I'll be Brian. That's not funny.
Just like that.
That's not funny. No, that's not a joke. No,
like, what you packing in these leather pants?
I'm in the sexual transition as far as how I view sex. Like, I never thought anything of sex, like, ever. I used to just think that, it's cool. Like, horniness was like hunger. Yeah. If I'm hungry, I eat. If I'm horny, I fuck. Or I have an orgasm, however I have an orgasm. But now it's like, it's a combination of, like, niggas not worthy and me also just being like, I don't want that sort of fun. Like, I'd rather miss out on that fun so that I can have it with somebody that I'm really on to this spark thing right now. Like, I need that. And if I don't have that, I'm not finna waste your time, you know? So coming from that space, I totally agree, because it took a long time for me to get to this point, but I've definitely had like a few uncomfortable sexual encounters where I didn't understand the discomfort, because in my mind I'm like, sex is sex, like, what's the big deal? But it's like, no, you don't like this not you, like, you don't like this person. And so that's very true, that like when you're on a good enough vibe with somebody and it's honest and it's real, the sex is going to be way better anyway. So why even waste sex?
And that's required because I'm also at a place where, like, energy is everything. And so you can't just have great sex and good times with anybody just because it looks good. You can't. You gotta. I'm bougie with my great sex. I'm bougie with my great sex and good times.
On the album.
I'm bougie with my great times. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can't just be anybody, because energy is real. I'm doing good. I'm putting out good energy. I'm being righteous and all of that. So if shorty fucked up and she ain't living right and she doing, I can't even just be laying with her, because you become who you lay with too. So
you do need a title. The title doesn't have to be girlfriend, boyfriend, but the title needs to be friend.
No, you don't gotta be my friend. You just gotta be
good energy.
You just gotta be a dope human being yourself.
Dope human being.
That's your title. That's not ours though. That's singular.
That doesn't give us.
You're a dope human being.
Dope, but
so you can be a dope human being in my dope area.
Right. I agree with that. I'm just saying there needs to be something.
Yes.
There has to be some form of something here
it has to
make this sex great.
Absolutely. It has to be something there, but if you want a title, then buy you a vehicle.
He don't mean it.
Can it be a one night stand?
He don't mean it.
Can it be a one night stand?
Yeah, those happen. Those.
Inquiring.
If you watch Love Is, they fell in love in 4 hours. So,
and that's what I'm on right now. I'm really like, that's what it's gonna be.
My nourish.
Hey, you cut your hair.
I know. My hair look better than hers.
Oh.
No, it don't. No, her hair is really pretty. Wow. She is gorgeous. I was gonna say something else, but I ain't forgot. So yeah, it can't be a one night stand. Anything else?
I don't got nothing.
How many one night stands have you had this year? How many one night stands have you had since your album dropped? I know people probably just throwing draws at you. No.
Yeah, nah. My DMs is litty.
Let's get those.
Let's
DMs
play a
on.
game
My phone over there,
of respond to Sinatris DMs.
We could. I'm with that. We could do DM roulette. Like just do this, and wherever it stop at, I'll let y'all respond to it.
I just deleted
I'm
all
with the
of them.
shits.
We know we're doing that for
Okay.
real.
I'm
We're doing
transparent.
No,
I'm
we're
with
doing
the
it.
shits.
We're doing
We're doing it.
My
Sure.
DM, my DMs
On
stupid
camera or
as fuck.
off, we're doing it.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, cool. Thank you.
One of them teachers like, I'm waiting.
She's like, that was enough of that shit.
Right, time I
waiting.
get that done.
I'm waiting on you.
I'll just your turn.
knock it
Come on, I'll just your turn.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it is.
Here we go. Knock it the fuck off.
Here
So,
we go.
I came across a clip on the Shade Room
Shade Room.
where a young lady,
Shade
it was a clip from Big Brother. I don't know what Big Brother they on, like Big Brother 75 or something like that.
Brother.
And
That's a show.
Yeah.
it's like Real World, but
Oh.
a little different.
It's like overseas, isn't it?
It used to be
Like,
here, but I think it did
oh.
start like in the UK or something
Yeah.
like that. I don't know.
In the
But there was a young lady on there, and she was talking to one of the other participants, one of the other people who lived in the house, and
JC.
he was a little person, and she was asking him like, so about the term midget, like, you know, is that like a derogatory term? Is that offensive? And he was like, yeah, midget is. He was like, that's actually offensive. He was like, just like he was like, he started naming like different slurs. He was like, just like nigger is offensive to black people. She's like, whoa, don't do that. You wildin' or something like that. And I just was like, you just sat here and called him a midget, which he told you was a derogatory term. He wasn't calling anybody a nigger. He was
said,
simply
just like
stating
nigger
a
is.
fact, like just like nigger is a derogatory term, so is midget.
Uh-huh.
And people, she really tried to like call him out, and people were like agreeing with her, and I just felt like you really just did the most, because he wasn't saying it in a derogatory way. He was trying to explain something that your dumb ass asked him, and you sat down and like tried to chop his head off about it. Like, you can't want the knowledge and still be ignorant at the same time.
Yeah.
If you say midget on the radio, will they bleep it?
No, and that's what
I'm just asking.
that's
I'm
what
just
I was
asking
about
you.
to say.
I'm
That's
just
what I was
asking
gonna
you.
say, because I was about to say, in her defense, he didn't have to say nigger. He could have said the N word, like literally everybody else says the N word, and this reminds me of like, but nobody ever does though. Like midget,
But
like,
that doesn't make it any less hurtful just
I'm
because
sure
we
it
don't
doesn't.
acknowledge it as hurtful.
I'm sure it doesn't, but I'm saying though, like as far as just prior knowledge, like for me to ask, I think it's Russians. I'm not sure, but there's a derogatory term called WAP. I don't know. It's either Jewish or like Russian, like something like that.
They don't.
But like, that's not like as polarizing as the word nigger is. For me to not be a black person or to be of any African descent at all and be like, yeah, it's just like nigger. It's like,
I mean, but that's
you
like
didn't
the
have
same,
to say that.
But that's like the same thing as saying like Jew or bitch. They say bitch on the radio all the time. That's a derogatory term
See,
when they use
none
it.
of those are the same.
The
as
way
me.
I look at it though is like
To
it's
me.
culture,
to
it's
you.
cultural and it's racism behind it. It's no
Yeah.
racist like granted, like you said, it don't make it less of a blow because midget is, if that's the improper slur for them, then it's improper.
Right.
But it's not so much history and hatred and racism and bigotry behind the word nigga like it is midget. You know what I'm saying? It's the difference between your culture and your physical appearance.
Right.
That's like, that is different. So yeah, that's cool. Not don't call them midget, call them little people.
Call him
Whatever
what he
they
wants
wanna
to be called.
Call him his name. But it's no way you can compare being
Yeah.
called a
I'm not saying
midget
she's
to
right.
being
I just
called
understand
a
where she
nigga.
was coming from.
You know
just
what I'm
like-
saying?
Because everybody, like, that's like literally, like, she was literally asking about the word midget, but nobody not knows that nigger is is a derogatory. You know what I'm
But
saying?
people are still just now learning the right terms for like gay people or trans people. Like certain things, I don't think that because we don't all have the knowledge and we're not up on it doesn't mean that it hasn't been a real struggle that they've been dealing
Of course.
with for
I
this
agree.
for the whole time. So it's just because it's not being taught to us doesn't mean like to them personally, it in that group of people, it probably feels just as strong, but it's just not being taught in schools the same way the world finally decided to teach, you know, in certain schools in certain parts, like have finally decided to like teach like black culture and the things that that affect us.
Shit,
and
where
stuff.
them schools
Right.
So I don't think. Well,
No, I
little bit.
I see exactly
bits
what you're
and
saying.
pieces.
But it's
and the
still
conversation
like
they
that
were
is everyone
having
else.
wasn't informative. It wasn't like he randomly was like, yeah, like I wouldn't call you a nigga
Yeah.
girl. Like he
Out of context or in context
Like-
can change the whole narrative.
like it
of
was
this.
a genuine. You're asking me about correct terms to call me, and so in order to explain it to you, I'm using what you know. And all of a
But you
sudden
could
it was
say
like,
N-word.
because as soon as he said that to her, he could have been like, no. You don't use that word. And would everybody have turned against her and been like, no, they would have been like, she was just asking a question.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
because
why
if that's the
couldn't
case, she shouldn't have asked if you, because he was already telling her that midget was a derogatory term, and she still repeated it.
Right,
So it's the same thing
Right.
as him repeating
she felt
the word
like it
nigga.
wasn't as bad because nobody talks about it like that. So she's like, okay, well, is it okay? And then I just feel like you can't pick and choose which words are worse or more harmful to which group of people. Because to those group of people, if it was only 5 of them, it's horrible or it hurts them. So I just feel like it's the same thing. As long as he wasn't out in the streets like, yeah, I don't be in the streets like nigga. Like he wasn't doing that. Like he
Was it-
literally.
Was it 400 years of midgets
No.
systematically
there's-
oppressed?
Yes.
I don't know.
They-
The Walker family? It wasn't taught to me.
Oompa
So I don't know
No,
what midgets
no, but like,
history is.
I-
Well, not midgets.
I
little
definitely-
people.
I
don't know
just
what the
disagree.
little people
Yeah.
history is.
I
don't
just
know
because
I don't know how they were treated.
Okay.
I don't know what was done to them like throughout time. Like I really
wasn't
don't
bad.
know. So that's my whole
But,
point
like,
is that I don't know.
Yeah.
They wasn't brought here from their own
To work in the
Oompa
chocolate
Loompa Island.
factory.
Yeah, they weren't brought here
now
from their
y'all being
own.
wrong. Y'all being wrong.
No, black people are midgets. It could have been midgets.
That's
It
what I'm
could have been
saying. There are-
little
I'm
black
saying there
people
are
that were
black
brought
midgets.
here. It's not like it's only for white people. Like that's all across
So
all the races.
what if it was a midget black person in a room full of white people and they had to yell a racial slur? Which one would they call them?
Oh, wait.
midget is not a racial slur.
Well, you're right. If they
They
had
had
to
to-
call them a
they had to
derogatory slur,
Oh,
which
God.
one would it be? Which one would
Wait,
they call
hold
them?
on. Question. I want to hear. I want
If
to
it was
hear.
a black
black
midget in a
midget
room full of white people
and a white person
and they
had to
got
choose
to
a slur.
derogatory slurring him, which one would they call him?
midget.
You couldn't even take that shirt off. You don't deserve to wear that shirt. You don't deserve to wear that shirt.
I just wish we could play the clip.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Because
saying.
it was so
In context
it
or
was
out of
so-
context
They were
is
literally
different.
sitting on the couch like this, and she was just like, "So, what's the difference between like
I watched the
midget
clip.
and dwarf?" And he's like, "It's just like if you like, like nigga and black." And she was like, "Whoa,
What?
don't get crazy."
First of all, no,
don't
it's
do
not.
that. Why?
To him, it
Right,
is.
I'm saying, why isn't it? How can you tell me no, it's not? If to me it is.
Because look up all of those words in a dictionary. It's just
Just
not.
like-
it's just
No,
not.
you can't.
Midget and dwarf are not the same. Are not synonymous to black and nigger.
If all them, I don't see. This is the, I'm not up on them and their history enough to like. I feel like really say like concrete things, so I don't know. But I feel like if
If
there
it
were
hurts,
10 midgets in
little
this room and they were all like,
You can't
no.
say midget.
See, but I'm saying the way you just said that makes. I'm saying that's a thing. They strongly feel
Of course
that
they
way.
do.
So
But it's
gay, like he said fag. He was like, it's just like, didn't he say fag? Didn't he say like fag and gay people or something?
He said
He
more than
said-
nigger.
Yeah, he said something like that too. And
I
I'm
think
like,
that's what I heard too, because I watched the clip that you sent us. That's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you see my shirt, so I ain't got no sympathy. Like, little people, let's be fair.
They can-
Little
I'm saying
people
they can be-
ain't getting systematically murdered. They not
Not to our
being
knowledge.
pulled over
To our
and getting murdered. You know what I'm saying? They not dealing with none of the
Joe
issues
Biden.
that I'm dealing with. So, it ain't the same.
I was about to say, so Joe Biden called him.
Then it's-
that would have made it more interesting.
No.
If Joe Biden said it, it's cool.
I was gonna bring up a John Mulaney joke.
If
but
Joe Biden said what, nigga?
if he said midget,
Oh, that's why I was like, wait,
Nah.
what?
Nah, Joe Biden can
Okay.
still get whooped.
Okay.
He don't get a pass.
it just
Okay.
reminded me of my father.
And other than not get the fuck off news. So
You taking it on now?
one of Floyd Mayweather's girlfriends is pregnant.
One of his girlfriends is pregnant
I feel like he has
By
a plethora.
her?
Huh?
I mean, by him.
Yes.
Oh, that makes sense then.
I said, yeah.
I was like, how is that his
It's
girlfriend?
not
Is she
his
pregnant?
girlfriend. They just have great sex. And
I said one of.
So
one of,
great,
One of
she's
his
pregnant.
female companions is
Damn.
pregnant, and she announced it like on Instagram. And so like a fan or somebody was like, "Damn, she did in a couple of months what Bad Medina, which is a chick that he used to mess with, couldn't do." In all their years being together. So, of course, that was... Not gonna fuck off to that part, too. That was stupid. What are you talking
Who
about?
said? Who
That's
said?
It's like some random person.
Oh,
like a
just a
fan
person.
or something.
Oh, okay.
That's
So, she commented and was like, if you think he hadn't been trying to impregnate me all these years, like, you're crazy. And she was like, but I would actually rather be madly in love and in a real relationship, and I want more than just money, blah, 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 blah.
Really great sex.
Oh, look at this.
Right. So 50 Cent, then he hops under it and he was like,
Which is very
damn, like, basically said, like, you can't keep your hoes happy and you was giving her all this money and she on here talking about that ain't enough. Like, damn. So, and she responded to him and was like, okay, I don't know what you and Floyd Mayweather's beef is, but keep me out of it and please don't call me a hoe. 50 Cent proceeded to be like, bitch. He said, let me say exactly what this goofy said. I can understand what he said. He said, bitch, don't ever in your life mistake me for Floyd. He tried to buy your love. I would have brought you a bus ticket. I'm a different kind of nigga. You don't want no smoke with me. Then he said, Champ got 100 bitches. You been cool because he been spending the money, but you don't know a hoe. Get the strap. 50?
What is this? Get the strap, by the way.
I don't know where that term came from and why he got so excited about it.
That was actually a line off of Power. It's actually one of the lines. Kanan, get the strap was one of the lines off the show. So then that's
He
how
is
that
Kanan.
became.
I feel like they're the same
hashtag.
person,
Yeah,
literally.
facts.
But yeah, I don't understand
I
why
don't watch the
50
show.
doesn't have like this is a young lady that don't have nothing to do. Like y'all are not beefing. Like why are you calling her a bitch? Why are you doing all these extra things? Like just chill out. Like just calm down. And I got really happy because Floyd then responded a little later. Even though people are suspects saying that he didn't write it himself.
Clearly didn't.
But that is not the point. The point is he wrote a long response, which I agreed to every single word he said, basically saying that 50 is a hater on anybody that's doing anything good with themselves, rapper, entertainer, whatever it is, athlete. He was like 50 hates on anybody that's doing well for themselves, and just basically just saying like mind your business. Like why are you on Instagram calling some random girl that used to date your friend a bitch because she asked you not to call her a hoe?
And a hoe.
Like for what?
I'm sure his ideology was like, just take the hoe. Now you got to be a bitch because you didn't want to accept.
Yeah,
her.
he was
Like, that's,
exactly, and
that makes no sense.
That's ridiculous. Especially for
I gotta be a hoe.
Especially for something that had nothing to do with you in the first place. Like I can see if she said something to you in the response, you called her a hoe, and then she was like, "Oh, don't call me a hoe." And it's like, well, now you're a bitch because bitch wasn't nobody talking to you in the first place. But literally, out of the clear blue sky, you just decided to insert yourself into some business that had absolutely nothing to do with you. I thought that what Floyd or his helper who types the things for him wrote was some real tea. I was like, who the fuck is DJ who gave 50 Cent herpes? Wow. I was like, wow, that's a lot of stuff. But I just can't deal with like the internet's beefing, like the back and forth, like your whole caption. Like you have a caption paragraphs long, like, and nigga, you did. It's just like that's fucking so weird. Stupid. Like that's actually like when you really break it down, and that's weird as fuck.
Especially when these niggas 40.
Yeah, and like y'all supposed to be
also
y'all claim y'all tough and gangsters. Like real gangsters don't do this. Like,
well, that's what Floyd said.
Yeah, like that's
he said your claim to fame is getting shot a bunch of times. He was like, that is not gangster. That's what he said.
Wow. I'm just
50 an ultimate troll too. Like he found a place. He found a place for him to exist in today's world by truly being himself. Granted, it might be a fucked up, personality that he has, and he rubbed people wrong and all of that. But he just found a way to. Obviously, he's not the same person he was musically. He's not the same powerhouse he was. G Unit is not the same. He's still relevant. He's still generating income. But he just found a way to troll and be relevant in today's society, and it works for him. As far as like all he care about is generating views, is clicks and hits, because he's smart enough to find a way to turn all of that press into dollar amounts. I ain't with all of that shit. But if that works for you, do whatever you got to do to feed your family. But to me, it's kind of corny. Like, you 40, my
It's
nigga.
weird.
It doesn't have a
It just
line.
makes me feel like. It makes me feel like sorry for him. Like, it makes me feel like underneath all of that, he's very like a very sad person. Mm-mm. Like for you to have the energy to just hate, like constantly.
And
hate
that's how
on
you
people.
find
like,
joy.
You're not happy.
Like, he
You're not
genuinely
happy.
finds joy.
I don't think so.
that.
I don't think he's genuinely attacking them or generally like really attaching himself to this shit. This shit is all comics to him. Like, for him to come from what he come from, and now I'm able just to do this shit is shits and giggles. I came from real bottom of the barrel, the mud type shit. This internet shit is a breeze. Let me ruffle these feathers. Let me fuck around. Because it could be worse. I could still be in the street selling dope, getting shot at, you know what I'm saying, robbing and doing all kind of fucked up shit. So all I got to do is make some little bullshit jokes on the internet and ruffle people's feathers. Ain't nobody going to touch me. Can't nobody even really get to me in a sense. So I get it. I still don't agree with it. And personally, I wouldn't do it because that's not my character and not my style. But I get what he doing. And it works for him. Yeah, it's some different type shit.
I don't like that he doesn't have a line that he
shit.
doesn't cross. I don't like that it spills over towards women. Like, he was talking shit about Gabrielle Union when he started doing shows on BET. Like, he was talking about Taraji P. Henson. Like, he doesn't have a line like that he won't cross. Like, he will say anything about anybody at any given time just for being happy. Like, like she looked happy over there.
I want to know what that was like. She ate his ass.
When you come from, he come from, ain't no line, ain't nobody off limits, ain't nobody safe, you know what I'm saying? The streets ain't save me, the streets ain't not kill my mama, the streets ain't not do this shit, so ain't no line. When you that type of nigga, ain't no line.
I didn't like it when him and Ja Rule was beefing back in the day. I didn't like that. But the only reason I could overlook it was because Get Rich or Die Trying and The Massacre were great albums. So I could overlook it because you were being annoying, but you had great music. So it was like, you can't overlook greatness. But now, like, you're doing the same shit and you're not even popping. Except for Power, because that is my favorite show.
He said...
What is his role in Power?
In the day.
He's Kanan, and he's a producer.
He's a producer.
What you just said? I'm a
gangster
girl. I'm proud of it. I don't want to talk.
That's what he said.
He executive produced the show, and then he played himself. Like, his character is
he's not a
really
lead character, but he's like a recurring.
He produces the show. Just stick to that. You don't gotta do
it's just sad. And I don't know. He makes me sad.
The only way he feels like he can succeed is if he pulls somebody down while he's like rising up. Like, every time he gets any new like endeavor, any new thing that he's coming out with, whoever is like doing good in that arena, he feels like, I'm only gonna succeed if I fuck up what they got going.
And I actually like that he's like a businessman and stuff, but I just like all of this, just sit back and make your money. Like, people just don't know how to play their role. Just
because you're fine.
Sit back from the side.
Again, I don't agree with it, but I don't think he personally trying to tear down them people, because in this day and age, there's nothing you can do to stop nobody check. Can't no one person literally destroy what somebody built, and not in today's age. It used to be like that. So he don't really be trying to like destroy these people, and he just know we gonna have conversations like we've been having for the last 15 minutes when he do shit like that. He know every blog site gonna run it. That's gonna generate traffic, and now he can go to that liquor company that he's been promoting and say, hey, my page just got 8 million hits last week, blah, blah, blah. I need a check for this for a brand ambassador or market, and get $1 million check out of that, because he's generating impressions and looks, and that's really all he doing. He don't mean no harm. Like, he just a different type of nigga, but he ain't malicious with that shit.
If he's just like Kanan, he means it all. He's a very malicious human being, and I think they're the same person. So
I don't know Kanan.
You know 50.
I know Kanan.
Same person, just with murder attached. Same person. Okay. Done with, you got something else to say about 50?
Oh, no. I was just going to say, if you got iTunes or Apple Music or Spotify or Tidal, then you probably want to stream Just Thinking Out Loud. That's my new album.
A rapper that we like.
It's out right now.
Yeah, not 50.
Exactly.
Don't stream anything
It's
by
my
50.
new album. It's out right now, Just Thinking Out Loud. It's on every single platform. You can stream it. You can buy it. It's everywhere on every site, and it's dope music, a bunch of vibes, a bunch of substance, a bunch of content. You're going to be able to laugh at some. Like, I put it like this. You listen to the album. album, you listen to the album, you got Instagram captions for the rest of the month. Put it like that. We
that's
lit it
right.
like that.
So
Last thing on 50. I'm sorry. Last thing
Let's
on
go back to 50 Cent though.
50. This
The
shit is
rapper we
crossing
don't
my
like.
mind. This shit is hilarious. Did you see the rough draft version of the
Yes.
Floyd? She tell me that's not the
That's
funniest
not a
shit.
real thing.
But it's funny as fuck. He went back and did what the rough draft version and Floyd wrote the actual status of look like, and it got like 77 typos in it. It's the funniest. Hey, I swear to God, it's funny.
That
as
should have been in the
hell,
petty
man.
parlor, bro. Whoever actually sat down and took the time
To
to type it out
purposely-
and then think to themselves like, no, take off that
Like,
E,
how do you fuck that up?
misspell that. Like, whoever
Yeah.
really took the time to do that, y'all petty.
That shit funny.
And that's why 50 Cent fucked with you. Because y'all petty. Because I know 50 didn't do it.
That's funny.
Petty. Moving on to things that are not petty. Praises due to the family of Eric Garner. It was just announced. If you don't remember, back in 2014, he was suffocated by the police. Like they were, I don't know why they was messing with him. I think it was something about him being like outside of a store selling cigarettes.
outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, and while trying to like detain him, they suffocated him to death, and they're just recently now being announced that the not the NYPD, was it New York?
Yeah.
Was it New York?
Yeah.
The NYPD are now like holding the officer responsible that choked him. So he'll be.
Good.
I don't know if it's going through court though. Like
Yeah.
it's like internal.
Yeah.
It's through the police department, and they'll be holding him accountable. They just found it as like guilty and not like out of police conduct and stuff.
Yeah.
So hopefully that'll move forward in a
That's a
positive
win.
direction, and they can get a little bit of peace
Yeah.
from that.
For his
Yeah.
family, for sure.
Absolutely, they definitely deserve that. Hopefully, the disciplinary actions are not just
Slap on
6
us.
weeks of
Right.
unpaid time off, or administrative
Yeah.
leave, or some shit like that, or he get reduced to traffic duty or some shit like that. At the end of the day, that man, like the man, doesn't have a weapon. He's not fighting or physically trying to harm you.
Right.
He's telling you he can't breathe, and you strangle him for doing the same thing he was doing every day that the store owner said they was cool with him doing. And you
Right.
I don't care, like, let's just say you don't have a permit and you in the commission of committing a crime selling cigarettes in front of a store. That is not worth losing your life
No.
over. If I go kill somebody who committed a crime, I'm going to jail because it's not for me to take that person's life. But the
Right.
police shouldn't be able to take that life either because you was in the commission of what they call a crime, or because they don't like how it looks. So that's trash. Pay that man family. That's not going to bring him back.
Mm-hmm.
But pay that man family. Hold that department accountable for waiting this long, and hold that officer accountable as well too, because that shit is trash, man.
I want
I
to
agree.
say something, but not like about Eric Garner. But when the state or the city pays off these
The
people,
family?
yeah, I just read a brief story about a man who spent like 23 years in jail for a crime he didn't commit,
Yeah.
and he only got like $125,000.
Yeah.
That only equaled out to like $7,500 a year.
Yeah.
This shit is wild.
Yeah.
Like, these people do not care.
Yeah.
I can make $7,000 in
Tonight at the
a day,
club.
right? Like,
Damn, two. What?
No, yeah.
I just, it's just
All we can
Yeah,
hope
it's
is
trash,
that it's so many people out here doing really, really good work and doing the real work on creating exposure around things like this, and not letting up on people like the police department, and not letting up on local governments and things like that. And so we can only hope that it's going to continue to go up and up, and that these crimes, these actual crimes and these murders are looked at as real things moving forward, and I mean essentially stop fucking happening altogether. But all of the above.
Because
So,
he should
yeah.
be going to jail.
Yeah,
If y'all are acknowledging
Period.
that wasn't right, like if
Yeah.
you're gonna acknowledge like no that
Like, wow,
wasn't
that was a
police
murder.
conduct,
Like,
yeah,
yeah, that was
then
a
it's
murder.
like then now it's murder. Like
Yeah.
that's
There
automatically
shouldn't
the next
be
step.
anything
Yeah,
in
there's
between
nothing
it.
else to talk about.
But
now.
there's so many other logistics that they're going to try to throw in it, because the whole thing is set up to protect them. And so all that we can do is to continue to support the people doing the real work that are not going to allow them to keep doing that. So get off your phone.
no, it's I did something on accident.
Facts. Hey, man, like, get your money, handle your business.
Get your money.
Uh,
Your business.
know your rights though,
Know your rights.
and stand on something, and don't let these people trick you off the streets to take your life, because they with it.
Yes.
Straight up.
I'm a hype man.
Yeah.
My praises do goes to Sinatris. I'm very thankful for you coming and hanging out with us today.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate y'all having me. I like this type of shit, like just unfiltered, like just being able to talk and vibe more of this.
I can't wait
is
to see
needed
your
in this
comments
type of
after
manner.
all the ladies hear about your girl that you think is so down with the great sex and good vibes. She gonna be in your DMs.
I was just looking at my phone ring. I know I'm good.
Oh,
I'm
Hell
good.
no.
Just like
I'm just mad every time.
Yeah, I was gonna say I got her mad again.
Guess I shut my single ass up. I guess this is as good a time to go ahead and go ahead. Go ahead.
Aside, I love Aside.
I'm drunk.
I love
This is as good a time as ever to go ahead and say goodbye. Sinatris, please tell them where they can find you online.
Everything Sinatris, man. Sinatris. That's
Yes.
Snapchat. That's Instagram.
Yes.
That's Facebook.
Yes.
That's Twitter. That's everything.
He got
I
a real
am
nasty
Sinatris.
Tumblr page too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? X-rated. Nah. Everything IamSinatris.com is my official website. And again, my official album,
Yes.
Just Thinking Out Loud, is out on every single retailer, on every single music platform, from Apple Music to Spotify to Tidal to Google Play to Amazon to SoundCloud to on my official website. Everywhere you listen to music at, go check out Just Thinking Out Loud
Yes.
by Sinatris, man.
And let's talk about great sex, ladies, because we're not going to stand for this. But
If it's
don't
great
lie
sex,
down
hey,
for it
listen,
either.
listen, baby. If it's great sex, you shouldn't be able to
on
stand at all. You understand me? Message.
I didn't know what was coming. I was like, don't start rubbing your hands. I was like, don't start.
Message.
oh my God. Anyway, make sure that you're following the Yay Mash page here on YouTube and following us at Away Words the Podcast on Instagram and on TwitTwat and on Facebook. You can follow me at Bree.stories on Instagram and at Bree_stories on TwitTwat, at A_Tati on Instagram and at Hey Tati on TwitTwat, and at Ajano Asia everywhere.
Yes,
everywhere. And please be sure to also be following MJM Kid for all of your photography needs and all the fun visuals and all of the great stuff that he does every single day. And thank you all for tuning in, and everyone say bye.
Bye.
Dang.
This is what I want to start doing now, like Sierra.